Hey guys, my name's Alex West. I'm the Salaryman VTuber, official NGS content creator, and pretty much Line Strike is going for 1 week now, and there's still a lot of players who are confused on how to make a deck for Line Strike. So we're pretty much gonna talk about every single element and pretty much what can you do with them as well. So there are 5 elements over here. Is it 5? Sorry, 6 elements. So we got 6 elements over here. We got fire, ice, wind, lightning, light, and dark. Okay. So we'll start with fire. So fire deck is one of the pretty much straightforward deck that you can do in this in Line Strike, because one of their unique passives is United Front. As you can see, Zeno has United Front over here, Huey as well, Calaris Christ the Clone, and Instructor Jan. Okay, so these are one of their unique traits, United Front. So what does United Front does? So United Front increases their attack power based on the number of cards in play. All right, well, the number of allies in play. So let's say Zeno over here, right? So there's already like 3 cards, so Zeno will become plus 17. So that will make a total of 4 cards. However, Zeno doesn't count as one of them. So remember, it will only increase the number of cards on your allies. So I do have a video about it talking I do have a video about how OP Zeno can become on the late game. I would say if you want a very easy deck, go for fire. Fire is like one of the best. Another unique trait for fire, which is Calaris Christ over here. Calaris Christ has a passive effect of reinforcement. So let's say your attack power is lower on a specific line. Let's say right side. Your enemy has a 25 attack and then you're 0 there. So instead of using 5 PP to summon Calaris Christ, you're only gonna use 4, because this will reduce her PP summon cost by 1. So this one is absolutely great if you wanna probably take advantage of you're losing a specific line. Usually you want to combo this with a small PP cost card. Let's say Jan over here, right? Jan is a 1 cost and he only has like 1 attack power. However, yes, he has United Front. However, even with the United Front, his attack is absolutely really low, right? So pretty much you're gonna have a low attack power against your enemy. So if your enemy drops, let's say a 14 attack, Jan will lose. So that's a time where you can use Jan as an override summon for Calaris Christ. So instead of going for 4, you only need to use 3 PP to override summon and pretty much get this 27 attack. Yes, 3 PP with 27 attack Calaris Christ. Your enemy will be pretty much surprised, and most of the time they will get pretty much surprised anyway. Off guard as well. Again, use Calaris Christ as a game changer to win your lane. Don't use Calaris Christ as an offensive, because a lot of people are using Calaris Christ as an offensive tool, and using 4 PP cost as an offensive tool is sometimes quite a waste, because you use a 4 cost summon there. Usually I myself, I see a 4 cost, I ignore that line, I give you that line, and then I pretty much conquer another line, especially at the start of the game. Another one here is Patty. You might want to consider getting Patty as well, because Patty can pretty much draw 1 card. Do not underestimate her, because being able to draw 1 card is something that you can use on a crucial situation. And you can pretty much make a deck with Patty as well. I do have a deck that is I call it the pot of greed. I've been using this really quite a lot. As you can see, I got 4 cards that can draw cards over here, which is absolutely amazing. I'll pretty much try to explain that soon on how to use this deck. Alright, next up. There are other cards that are really good in Fire as well. We got Hitsugi. If you're gonna play Hitsugi, make sure to try to concentrate here. Get middle as fast as you can, because Hitsugi can give you a +4 buff. Usually, what they do here is, if they have... Where is that guy? I can't see it. This one over here. So they got Deg over here, right? So first they try to put Zeno here at the middle. Usually you want Zeno in the middle, and then you put Deg. It's either on the bottom if you want to go. Let's say you want to concentrate on the middle. You put him on the bottom, or you put him in the upper area, and then you use Deg for Override Summon for Hitsugi. That way, your Zeno over here will become 18, and usually will become even higher. So that's how you want to play for Fire. Also, Narumi. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name correctly. All right. Buffing ally cards. So one example here is Hitsugi. Sometimes you want to consider to have Hitsugi because he has a very high attack power. It's 22, it's +4 in the middle. Absolutely great card. However, you can also consider Visar. Visar is a 3-cost 14 attack and gives you +2/+1 as well. And another one over here is High End. High End is one of the cards that I really love to use, because High End is only a 2-cost 9 attack and provides 2 buffs. Two buffs on a separate line over here. One is in the middle and the other one is on the right side, which is absolutely really good if you want to dominate 2 lines really quite effective and early. And then Deg over here also goes for a +1 in the middle. Next one is, we got cards that are disruptor cards. Okay, you can go for a big disruptor deck, a heavy disruptor deck with Fire as well. So Fire has a Hyloga and Kimobu. These 2 over here. These 2 are -D or debuff cards, and they pretty much center on the bottom side, which is sometimes a good game changer as well, especially over here on the right side. This is a -4. You can usually go for a combo with them, and as you can see, this is gonna be a -5 for the bottom side right here, which is bottom center, I should say, which is absolutely really good. And here's the thing, you can use Tibomu and then go for an Override Summon and summon Hyloga. That way, instead of using 4 cost or 4 PP, you can just spend 2 PP and will be able to summon him later. And then by the time your next turn, you still have 5 PP. Okay, you're gonna have 5 PP, which is a lot of play that you can do. Another one here is Cathedran. Cathedran is a move card. He's not a debuff, but Cathedran can be really useful. Let's say you start at the right here, right? You dominate the right, and now you think that your enemy is gonna go to the center. This is a real game changer, especially if your right has huge numbers already. So once he puts something in the center, he tries to contest the center. Yeah, you can just throw his cards on the right side. And again, if you are dominating in the right side, he's gonna have a hard problem. Or maybe you already destroyed the right side. Yes, you can send his cards to the right, from center to the right, making him waste a lot of PP. Yo, what's up, Raijin? Similar to Cathedran, we got here Elder Lilipan. So Elder Lilipan can swap cards. So he's gonna swap the center top and the left middle. You can use this for really tight situations. Let's say, oh, you know that he's gonna do an override summon, and then let's say there's no card here, right? Yeah, you can just move his card from here and then bye-bye override summon. That's the thing about it. Or maybe he has a big card over here, right? And then you can just move it towards here. Another one is Rukias. So similar thing, you know, you can just move one card to a different area. So move cards are very powerful, but some people are still confused with them. The only problem with move cards is sometimes you have to predict your enemy. Okay. However, there's one thing I want to confirm as well. So if you see a move card like this, so it means that it's going to the right. Right? If there's a card over here, it's not gonna move your enemy card. So always remember that. So one big counter for Catedran, let's say you're gonna start with right side, right? And then your enemy focus on the right side, yeah, that pretty much cancels Catedran. That's why sometimes if you wanna go for a move card, you might wanna go with Elder Lilipan or Rukias. But then again, Catedran is a very strong card because he can move 2 cards and can give you a lot of advantage for your team. All right. So let's say we want to build a fire deck, right? So one way for you to build a fire deck is this way. We are pretty much heavy focus on cards with passive effects that is United Front. So Zeno over here. Wait, you guys can see it. So I have 3 Zenos over here. If you watch my video, Zeno is a late game monster. You'll see how ridiculous Zeno, especially once he is around turn 6. You can have a plus 21 a 21 attack Zeno. So same with Kalaris Christ clone over here. Kalaris Christ clone also has that effect, and Huey as well. And as you can see, I have one cost cards as well. You can use them as override summon. I use them for override summon for Hitsugi. Definitely absolutely great buff. Or I can use them for high end. And then we got Huey here as our big game changer, as well as Kalaris Christ. Again, remember what I said a while ago. Use Kalaris Christ as a counter attack measure. If you want to go for offensive, probably use Huey. And then you probably want to go for a Patty and an override summon. Use Patty as an override summon for Huey. But again, guys, check out my video about the late game monster Zeno. You'll see an example of gameplay on how to utilize Zeno on a late game basis. The downside of this is you pretty much have to play for late game. Like absolutely, if your enemy is gonna go for late game, they're gonna lose. Because again, Zeno will have a lot of big attack with buffers like this. And also, not just Zeno, any that with United Front. Because you're gonna have a lot of cards in play. Usually, you're gonna fill the entire field. And remember, if that ever happens, they're gonna have big attack again. And if you have Hitsugi, they can buff them as well. So, but maybe Alex, I don't want to go for a heavy deck that relies on late game. So, and yeah, probably like that. So you can go with high debuffers, right? So one example over here is High Loga and Tibomu. These are high debuffers. And also remember that you need to force your enemy to put cards in the bottom over here. So if you see your enemy put cards early in the bottom part over here, especially if it's a low cost card. They're pretty much gonna use it as an override summon. So that's the time that, oh, I can definitely use Hyloga and Timobu. Yeah, I'm pronouncing it correctly. Usually you want to pair a different element that has high, very much high in terms of decrease attacks. One example over here is Ice. Ice is a good debuffer. So Fire and Ice, definitely a good match, because again, with Fire over here, we go for Disruptor cards. It's usually on the bottom, and then if you go for Ice, most of this Disruptors as well, a lot of them are in front, making you utilize a lot of the playing field as well, especially Hans and Rida over here. But we're pretty much gonna talk about that as well once we go for the for the ice element.